We're very excited, yeah. But we really never stop playing. We just the tours, the dates just get more concentrated. But we're excited. We're going to across the US and to Brazil and China. So we're thrilled right now. But we love to play. It's what we do best, I think.
Do you have a big fan base in China?
Actually, we have a very big fan base in Asia, Latin America. Obviously, the US is a great market for us too, but we've been going to Asia now for, I think, since 1981, and we've had the chance to play many shows in different countries in the region, so we've built up a very large fan following.
Are there any differences from playing in other parts of the world versus playing in the US?
Not really. I mean, they know all the words. You know, to see 20,000 in the audience in Beijing singing every word is quite a sight. You know, you expect them not to know it, but they know it everywhere. In Korea and Vietnam, they know all the words. So it's nice, you know.
When you guys do these tours, do you usually go and stay at like the same places that you were on previous tours, or do they send you to other areas? I guess my more, when you go to a city, do you go, oh, good, while I'm there, I'm going to visit, you know, da-da-da, that I love going and seeing?
Yeah, well, especially if there's some great places or museums that you know you can see again, you go there, and restaurants, and plus you meet different people, and you call them up and say, hey, we're in town, and you get together, you know, that kind of thing. So it's nice. You become familiar with the place very quickly.
Have the tours changed at all over the years, like either their style or the number of you know, roadies you have and so forth, or has it just pretty much been the same?
Well, things change. You know, obviously, you know, in this day and age, the whole music business has changed drastically. You know, we have a much smaller entourage than we had in the past, but you know, we still enjoy playing venues from, you know, 800-seat casino clubs to, we played to 175,000 people in Cuba a few years ago. But you know, the core of the thing remains the same. We have people that are very close to us, both in the band and the crew that we rely on, and they're the people that you tend to stick with when you're out on the road.
Is it easier / more enjoyable as a musician if you play for, say, maybe a few hundred of people, so you can have like a closer audience and maybe have even, you know, talk to them, versus a giant arena type where it's just, you know, it's just a mob at that point?
I think, you know, both of them have their qualities. I mean, obviously it's great for your ego if you go out on stage and there's 100,000 people there. And as you said, when you're playing smaller venues, you can get a chance to be, you know, up close and personal with the audiences, and it is a much more intimate setting. But, you know, we're very lucky in that, you know, Air Supply's music and Graham's songs are, you know, so adaptable. We can play to a room full of people, or we can play to a stadium, and nothing gets lost in the translation.
Is there a cover band that does Air Supply songs that you love listening to?
I know there's one in San Francisco. They're called Hair Supply with an H. But I've heard them on YouTube. You know, it's quite funny actually.
What's that?
Well, it's weird because you know, we don't think that it should be us that people are trying to imitate. You know.
Oh, come on, you guys.
It's kind
Look, even when I was telling people at the station I was interviewing Air Supply, I heard at least 5 different songs of people singing of yours.
I mean, obviously it's a compliment if you know, if people cover your songs in a you know, professional kind of situation. Not that these guys aren't, but recorded versions. That's great, and I guess, you know, it's a tribute to us and the music and the longevity of the band.
Yeah.
Tell me about this show you're doing on DirecTV. It's called Rockin' a Hard Place.
Yes, it premieres on Tuesday, October the 21st. Second season of the show. It's hosted by Meat Loaf, and it's a music trivia show where different bands and different members of bands are pitted against each other, answering questions about, you know, identifying album covers or thinking of lyrics from songs, all that kind of stuff. And the grand finale is a great kazoo recital by each team to figure out which song the other one is playing. That was quite an experience.
It's true. It's really funny.
And the great part about it too is that both the teams play for their favourite charities. Ours was Friends for Animals. It was just a lot of fun, and it's a great show. We certainly would encourage people to check it out on on DirecTV. It's a lot of fun.
What kind of prep work did you have to do beforehand? Did you go and like look through a whole bunch of trying to memorize albums?
No, you know, that was the fun part about it. I mean, you know, obviously the purpose of the show is to raise money for charity, and the second thing is to entertain people. So when you get up there and, you know, you think you know a lot about music because you're in the business, you think you know every lyric,
Right.
you think you know every album cover that's ever been made, but once you get up there, it's a whole different ballgame. But it was a lot of fun, that's certainly true.
You know, speaking of artwork, I've heard, you know, this is an interesting theory, that because of the digital music era, and, you know, even this even started with CDs, you don't get to see great album artwork anymore.
I know.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Which is a shame, because that was always a part of the appeal of buying a CD or buying an LP, a big album. It was always the artwork, and you want to see what the design is, but you know, it's just the way things are now and the way they're going. You know, people are interested in the music, and maybe artwork takes a little more time to check out, and people don't have that time anymore. You know.
I think especially now with kids, you know, my daughter is she's 20, and I don't think she could care less about artwork. She just wants the music, and that's it. And that's once again, it's a little bit of a sad thing that's happening, because I used to look forward to, as Graham said, getting an album and pulling out the inner sleeve and seeing photos and lyrics and all that kind of stuff. So.
Yeah.
Who knows where that's going to
go? Has there been a time where someone famous, like either a president or a big celebrity, has come up to you guys and been, "I'm a huge fan of your music," and it kind of just threw you back, going, "Really?"
Well, we did. We were in Australia in 1988 at the Bicentennial, and we were at a luncheon for Prince Charles and Lady Diana, and she actually told us in the line that she was a big fan of ours, which was a great compliment, you know, especially now. That was very cool. We were thrilled by that. Yeah.
You know, I gotta go here soon, but I would love to know, out of your whole collection of songs, is there one that it wasn't a chart topper, but to you it is probably the most important song that you guys have done? I mean, individually.
That's a tough one. We did a song that Graham used to play piano and I sang towards the end of the show called I'll Be Thinking of You, which is a very beautiful song. And it wasn't released as a single, but it's a fantastic song.
Why is that? Why is it special for you?
It just has a great lyric, great melody. You know, and that's the essence of what we do is great melodies and great lyrics and good performances. And it was always a pleasure to sing. I looked forward to it. Just one of those songs that touched me particularly.
Yeah, good choice.
And you?
Well, you know, now you mentioned that, yeah, I always used to enjoy that, because I used to get to play grand piano on that song, because it was just Russell and myself, which is nice. And we do that now when I play guitar and just the two of us sing, but it's nice to get on the piano and have Russell sing and accompany Russell. That's really a great thrill.